Hi everyone, I really hope you are alright and enjoy this games list of the best free-to-play games on mobile. We would like to find the offline and online one, so my subscriber will have more options to download and play. Please consider tapping the like button to support this channel grow. Please enjoy the video of Top 15 new free-to-play games for Android and iOS online, offline, high graphic. PR52. PR52 Bladeline. This is a new free-to-play game in multiplayer mode. It has a battle royale mode where we can play with the other players by joining the room, inviting, or just doing a quick matchmaking randomly. The number of players need to start the game is only 34 players, which is quite lower than the common battleground game. We can find out the weapon through the boxes or loot some weapons after we kill the enemy. Holding two weapons on your back will be very useful for shooting the enemy from a distance. Honestly, the control is quite difficult to play and needs more optimization to make it more responsive, especially when we are in a high intensity. PR52 Bladeline is the best new multiplayer game mobile. Ghoul and Glory. Ghoul and Glory. It's a great news to play a game with a dark fantasy theme base, where everything is supported with a darker ambience. This is a new free-to-play game multiplayer that I'm sure it's not pay-to-win game. So as a free-to-play players, it's a fair and balanced experience you will get because the developer will not add any attribute status from any special items. Every single item we can collect along the way by opening the treasure chest and how we should kill the monster. The main goal is we should kill the other player's team, so we need to make a great teamwork within our group. Try to open the voice chat to communicate with the better strategy. I love how the combat mechanism is really smooth while we can slash the enemy by moving the hero at the same time. Ghoul and Glory is the best new free-to-play game online for Android and iOS. Kewlbiverse. Kewlbiverse. From all of the Palworld mobile games this game is the best one for me. The way they try to give the best gaming experience through making the rendering graphic even smoother, making the player can play the entire game on mid-range phones level. I love how bright the panorama is with a beautiful nature and immersive world. But the main point is it has a very unique features where we can use so many different abilities by capturing the pet. We can switch the pet team up and deploy them on the battlefield. Once we have a stronger pet on our team, then we don't have to worry about fighting with the enemy, because we can let our pet kill them easily. In-game, we can do some action like capturing the monster, swimming, high jumping, and using the pet as our weapon to shoot. Kewlbiverse is the best free-to-play online game RPG for Android and iOS. Relic Rumble. Relic Rumble. This is a new offline game free-to-play that will give you a multiplayer experience while playing it. It's because we'll play against the bot to compete and collect some most of green gems. The hero who can survive to the last second within the highest score of the green gem will become the winner. In the game, we can pick different heroes of knight with a sword and also wizard with a staff for a long-range and magical user. Using the skill by dragging into a certain area of the monster will give a huge advantage. After killing the monster, we should grab the coin to open up the treasure chest, then some abilities will be opened up to be selected. Explore the dungeon to find the items and be the number one to get a better rewards. Relic Rumble is the best new game free-to-play offline, Android and iOS. Jurassic Island Survival. Jurassic Island Survival. This game really represents Durango games like on mobile. I miss that game so much, and luckily we have this game as an alternative to play. The game has a top-down view perspective, so we can see the area in a wider version. I love how we should survive from the aggressive dinosaurs, but that's not the only thing we should be concerned about. The hunger indicator will be pretty crucial in your character's life. In the game, we can tame some pets to fight together. He will directly help us when we face the monster. All of the material we need is really easy to get around us, the stone and the wood, but also we can gather those material by using some tools that we can get through crafting items. Right now, Jurassic Island Survival is in development, but I see the progress since the last version. The developers are consistently updating the game continuously, making the game run smoother. Invention 3. Invention 3. This is the most thrilling zombie game offline on mobile. The way the zombie approach us is pretty aggressive. Seriously, they all are not walking anymore, but they all can run to reach us even faster in sudden. Once you open the door and get into a room, then you will realize how terrifying the situation is. Even though this is just a low-size game, but the quality it has are really realistic. The gameplay allows the player to use an auto-aim or manual and also auto-fire or manual. Just tap on the setting menu and you can play as you like. In the game, we can use two different guns to shoot the zombie. Always be ready for any situation, because in a specific radius, then your presence will be noticed by the zombie. It doesn't have any storyline, it's just full of action. We should find out the way by ourselves, so checking on every corner will help you out to find the mission. Finland Tails. Finland Tails Survival RPG. This game will be the best new game to play freely. Everything you need to speed up the progress is only by watching the ads for a few seconds and boom! The magic will work on your development. So we can save our time by doing it continuously. It has a top-down view angle, so we can't do any rotation of the camera perspective. The main goal is to build up and construct more buildings to get some new features. Gathering some material, crafting some equipment, weapons and tools will be the first priority to make sure we can survive by the Viking and animals. The main mission is pretty clear, with some hint directions will make you clear the quest even faster. Neonic. Neonic Turbo Thrills. This game is on early access now, that's why you will face some issues, especially the rendering graphic taking some time, but it's still enjoyable to play. The game is a racing base where we compete with the bots, not the real player, because all of their movement is pretty generic and similar. Overall, it has a very unique ambience with a neon lamps around us on the night of the city, making the game looks like it has a cyberpunk concept. The navigation control is not perfectly done. It's quite difficult to steer the car and make an acceleration at the highest speed. No wonder the game is in development now, it still has so many things to do to improve the quality. Ghoul Castle 3D Action RPG. Ghoul Castle 3D Action RPG. The reason why I put this game on my list is because the developers are consistently active on updating the game with the newest version. I love how the stage turn way brighter from the visual on the second stage. The floor has a great reflections and how the enemies has a better looks of Knight, Warrior and Fenrir. This is a first-person perspective action RPG game where we can play freely offline. There are two main buttons we can use to face the enemy by slashing with our sword and also blocking with our shield. We need to focus on the main indicator of stamina. It will cause the heroes exhausted when run out of stamina. It will restore over time just by not doing any action. Wardeka Edonisia. Wardeka Edonisia. I am pretty sure this game was made by Indonesian. The way the name of every hero really represents that country, as well as the game's title. They have successfully delivered it to the players. In fact, when we showed the review, there were so many Indonesians making a great review on it. The gameplay is the only team deathmatch, where we make a team up between 4 versus 4 players. We can use 2 main weapons of long range and 1 melee weapon of katana sword. The sword is pretty effective on dealing with a higher damage, but we need to get closer to them. I love how the control navigation is really good. Seriously, I can make a good movement while facing a huge number of the enemies at once. This game reminds me of Free Fire from the gameplay and how the visual looks. Pet Shop Manager. Pet Shop Manager Simulation. This game really gives the player a great experience of selling some pet shop from nothing to something. Seriously, we'll learn from zero and even it looks so fun and easy to do. Starting on making the shop name, how to order the pet food, and how to manage the cashier. Even when your shop is getting bigger, then you can try to hire some cashier to handle the customer to make the game become an autopilot. I love how simple they show us to do every single thing in this game, which is very good for motivating the players to open their own store. We can explore the area in the open world as well as we see how alive the city is by seeing the random NPC are walking around. Unfortunately, we can't say hello to them. MWT Tank Battles.
Do the same as trading. Target no damage. Identify tanks destroyed.
MWT Tank Battles. This game should be a cross-platform. Seriously, the level of the quality they show us is really amazing. For a new game with a multiplayer war base, I will admit this is the best one so far. I can feel the actual experience of driving a tank, the weight and how slow the tank's movement even makes this game so dynamic. The far view distance is absolutely killing it. We can see the enemy's location from further and lock the target with our scope. The number of players playing is quite massive, which is 6 versus 6, and how the battlefield area is really wide. There is a huge stone and some buildings that we can use for hiding, but of course we can't go through the water because it can't resist it. Ertugrul Gazi 3. Ertugrul Gazi 3. I love when they try to make the game into the third sequel. If you would like to know about the War of the Empire, then you can play this game now. Basically, every single mission we do is based on the king's task. We are the common warriors who will try to help the king to conquer the world. Action hack and slash is the main base combat system. We can use two weapons of sword and bow, but most of the time we'll get some help from an army, but their power is way too weak. So we should understand how to use the dodge action button to keep survive and ride the horse to slash the enemy in a range by our sword. Actually, you can play it offline, but sometimes we should turn on the connection to watch the ads before the game starts. Car Parking Multiplayer 2. Car Parking Multiplayer 2. This is one of the best new multiplayer games with cars based on the open world. There are plenty of cars we can select and how we can upgrade or modify the cars as we want. But of course, we need some in-game gold to do it. We can try racing to earn it. I love how the sound of the car seems pretty good. Surely it will give a huge freedom to the players to explore the realistic world of Car Parking Multiplayer 2. It doesn't need a strong connection to run, even the graphic can be set as your device's level from the lower to the highest. The ragdoll physics is really good though. Actually, we can get out of the car and run, but this action is not really useful because we can't do anything by doing it. Tegra Zombie Survival Island. Tegra Zombie Survival Island. As an offline game, I would like to support the developer to keep updating the game because it has so many newbies players to play it right now. No wonder on the Play Store it gets so much good comments since the last time they launched the game. The game has a great animation with a cartoon art style, so it's good to play for a newbie player because the zombies level is pretty weak. Just try to shoot his head, then they will die instantly. This game has a survival based game. We can cut down the tree, craft some items and build a house. These all are the best new game free to play for mobile. Our team tries to give the offline and also the online one. So remember to like this video and see you on the next video. Thanks.